She's gonna do it. There is just no other way for Simone Biles.
Love to see her back in action.
I know, she's so talented. Listen though, let's talk weather because my goodness, what a night, and now what a day with all the cleanup, Peyton.
It is going to be some weekend that folks are going to have across Northeast Ohio, too, with continuous cleanup efforts. This complex of showers and storms developed late last night. I think a lot of us were just awaiting the arrival. I stayed up until probably about 2 in the morning just watching all of this activity come through. But again, some of those areas that first saw it was the islands. And then we waited and waited for Lorain and then parts of Cuyahoga County and beyond to experience the gusty winds that were going to be associated with this system as it made its way on through. The system bowed out, so that was a sign it was kind of strengthening at least that front line of things. The winds kind of really picked on up and ramped up too. I've tossed on the local storm reports in tandem with just that loop. You can see that there are dozens upon dozens across Northeast Ohio, and it's hard to miss the fact that we have 3 tornado confirmed touchdowns from the National Weather Service, not only to the city of Cleveland, but also to Menor, right around Willoughby as well, and then all the way out to Bristol Township in Trumbull County. This is going to be an ongoing survey situation for the National Weather Service. They can only do so much in a day's time, and I'm sure that they've got some stuff to do tomorrow too. Wind gust reports though, because that was the main thing. Whether you saw something happen a little squirrely in the atmosphere yesterday or not, the winds were howling across the area. Burke Lakefront Airport, 75-mile-per-hour gust, all the way down to the Akron-Canton area. So you take in consideration those closer to the lake, those further inland. It was still gusty as the system went through. Akron-Canton, about 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. This evening, we're not talking about a huge gust of wind. We're talking about Friday Night Football. Things have calmed in the intensity of absolutely every kind of category we can talk about as meteorologists. We will have a mix maybe of a little bit of sunshine in there too, but the cloud cover, the humidity stays there. We can't rule out a spotty shower come tomorrow, but the humidity is really not going to budge as we go forward in time. Our dew points are still very tropical in nature across Northeast Ohio, and that's a huge trend still across the region. There's not a dry dew point in sight across the region too. It feels like it's probably over 100 degrees as you approach Louisville, as their actual air temperature is 99. That heat dome we continue to talk about as every system just funneled right around it has just budged slightly to the south. St. Louis, their air temperature is 103 at the moment. That does not take into consideration that dew point temperature, how it feels to you outside either. We've just kind of shifted just ever so slightly, again, that bound of where that real heat is, but we have to wait for another secondary front that'll help extra in the sense of cooling us down as we go forward through the weekend. Tomorrow's high temperature in the upper 70s. A spotty shower can't be ruled out, but it will be a little cooler further lakeside. The sunshine will be around 2. I know, unfortunately, the weekends are probably tied up in some cleanup efforts too in your National Zymark hour-by-hour forecast for the day tomorrow, because I want to point out where that spotty shower could come into play. It's going to be around maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. I think we have to take in maybe the heat of the day here too, even though the heat of the day is going to be far from what we experienced a couple days ago. Union Home Mortgage extended forecast. If you're looking for real comfort and windows open kind of weather, you want to wait until Wednesday night into Thursday. Temperatures themselves possibly in the upper 60s, right around 70 degrees, but we don't have a terrible weekend whatsoever setting up. You can kind of recoup, resituate, and our next chance for rainfall doesn't happen until late Monday, or Tuesday, I should say, into Wednesday. We've got more 3 News at 4 right after the break.